Welcome to Crawl or No Crawl. This is Carolyn Holzman, and today is December 5th. Last Friday, some of you may recall, the weather tool was reading the highest volatility, and I looked back in the data, and the last time it was registering in the red was October 13th, or 53 days ago from today. Now, like I said at the time, I did not see that as an algorithm update. The amount of crawl has been very small. And it looks like what may have happened is they were pushing out some reprocessed data from the other data streams they have. It's not just coming from our on page. They might be updating a link graph, possibly. We don't really know, but we kind of can tell when we start to see things shift. So not an algo update for sure from what I'm seeing. All right, I'm a little cocky on that. All right, so now you're looking at the summary. Hold on. Now you're going to look at the summary of the both the research data log and the server logs. And this gives you a quick update on the more immediate nature of indexation today. The notes around here kind of like give you context. So if this were red and you saw that, it had something been findable the day before, it kind of gives you a little more context to understand when things turn red. Like, we shouldn't always panic. Also, this is a free resource. You can find it on American Way Media. And if you're searching for it, just search for Google Index Detector. It's the top result. And here you can see that we're on, tested this morning, on for simple indexing, the JavaScript rendering, and the fact that the bots are present, that they are crawling and they are pulling the pieces of our pages. So systems look normal, but please understand that this is not content that was published today. This is content that was published last week that became findable today. So there is a gap between publishing and when we find our content by its keywords. Now, just so you know, if you scroll down the page, you'll see like a little video widget. You go down and you start to see the actual log itself. And you can, again, see all of this. I framed on the page. And then if you're looking, you can see more detail. So I'm just going to look at this week, which started yesterday. And one of the things that's happening, this right here, I'm keeping track of, am I seeing any kind of rollback? That's what that RB stands for. And there were two test pages, November 22nd and 24th. And what's happened is that the November 22nd test has shifted. Like it's findable again by its JavaScript keyword, but not by its simple. Whereas last week it was findable by its simple and not its JavaScript. So what we kind of see here is that the primary index, they probably modify that, our viewpoint of that, or roll back to an earlier version of it, or later version. Now, until the end of the year, of course, every weekday, I should say, is a test day. And so today, the test page was published, the request was made to the indexing API, and the mobile bot arrived on request. And last week, I had shown you that none of the content had really come in. And since that time, pretty much every page came in over the weekend, and one of them for today. So the only test page from last week that hasn't made it through yet is Tuesday. And it does look almost like they're working backwards. If you see the dates here, the 4th, and then the 5th. So we also had a Search Console update, and that happened on Sunday, actually. And they seem to be arriving every 4th day. They were earlier coming every 3rd day, but they seem to be spacing it out now to every 4th, unless they space it out to a week. So let's look at the bots. There's some interesting things in here. So for the second time in a row, and I'm trying to just notate this here in a way, that this is the second time in a row that the desktop sister bot to the mobile has been bypassed. In fact, we got a new mobile bot 20 in this research. And if looking at this data, it also appeared in the desktop version. So they skipped these two. This one stopped. 17 is bye-bye now. Long live MobileBot 17. So there were no 18 or 19s, and it looks like on the same day they launched both versions. And I know Google doesn't work that way, so I'm waiting for access to a larger data set of a national site, and I suspect that looking through that, I'm going to probably see a different entry date for the mobile, probably. The mobile may have come in earlier through here. And if I do, then that's going to confirm, again, their past behavior. So I think for right now, we can expect that being findable by our keywords, that's the serving part. It's going to take just a little longer than we think it should, but it does seem to happen. All right, that's it. So remember to catch Confessions of an SEO podcast, which comes out every Friday. So I'm working on the one for this week. And the forensic SEO training, I promised I was going to do that this weekend, but you can tell by my voice, circumstances kept that from happening. It will be hopefully soon. All right, thanks so much. See you tomorrow.